So learning Swedish is really important to really fully integrate here, and also so that you feel less of a burden on the Swedes for constantly talking English. And also for me, from a social perspective, I've got lots of really, really nice Swedish friends, and I don't want them to feel they are obligated to speak English when we're all out. And sometimes when you're in a big group of people, friends, your Swedish friends will talk to each other in Swedish, and only when they're kind of breaking out into smaller conversations. But I always listen intently to try and understand as much as I can, but it is hard and I want to be better. Plus, Sweden is accommodating me and I have to say thank you in some respects. And I think the least that I can do is to learn their language. I think wherever you live, if you're moving to the UK, you should really feel obligated to learn English. And I've moved to Sweden. I really should be learning Swedish here as well. So I start what's called SFI or SFI, which is Svenska for Immigrants, basically, something like that. And basically it's provided free by the government. You don't pay for it. You register, and then they have a number of options. So remote, evenings, daytime if you're not working. I think to claim some benefits, people have to attend SFI as well. I say SFI because the Swedes pronounce the I as an E, so SFI. And but I want to do it voluntarily, as should everyone else that can, because we should be learning the local language, and it just makes you feel a bit more at home here. So interestingly, it's my first session. You'll start by probably doing some initial visits and interviews with SFI, where they determine your skill level. They'll make you do a written test and probably a verbal test as well, very, very informally done. And then from that, they work out which class they should put you in, so that you're not going in too low or too high. They also split you depending on your education. So if you have a professional education, i.e. Business certifications, accreditations, or a degree, then you'll find yourself in a different class to the people that don't have any professional career or education certifications. Now that might sound a bit discriminatory, but it does reflect on the type of person you are. There are some very clever people out there that don't have a degree. Like me, I don't have a degree, but I have worked really hard in my career to have professional qualifications and to work in a professional job. But not everybody's like that. And I was quite surprised when they asked me the question about how many years of professional qualifications do you have. But they have to split the class in different ways. People that learn in different ways should learn with people who learn in that same way. Does that make sense? And so we'll see how it goes. I just hope that the people in the class are like me and genuinely want to learn. Anyway, let's get ready and go to SFI. So when you sign up for SFI, there are a number of different schools that you can actually attend. It's not just one school. So you can actually be given the option of maybe 3-4 local schools. Not all of them will offer evening or daytime. There may be, some of them will offer both, but some will just be one or the other. I'm going to one called, I think it was Sure Start, something like that. There's mixed reviews, and they all get real mixed reviews as you speak from one person to the next. But I think it's less about the school, and I think it's more about the students. Ultimately, it doesn't matter which school you go to. If you have a good teacher and if you're with good students, then it should be a fairly good experience. So, on my way in now, and I'll give you a full report as soon as I've finished. Wish me luck. So, just had my first SFI lesson, and it was a very interesting experience. It was a little bit of a slow start and a little bit perhaps unstructured, but I think that was largely to do with the handover from the main SFI office to the local company. Because when you speak to SFI, they then allocate you to a company, and there's quite a few of them, and it seems the handover wasn't particularly good. But it was good. I had a chat with the instructor. I was actually the only one in the class, but there were other people in another class, and this is kind of like the intro thing. So I've got a Wodger paper here, stuff to study at home, and vi får se, men jag hoppas att jag ska lära så mycket svenska språk snart. It looks like the lights have gone out. Anyway, keep watching. Lots more coming soon.